What's up, y'all? Welcome back to B-Name Letter Reactions. Today we're going to be looking at why everyone is afraid of Boruto's power level, which is Naruto Uzumaki versus Boruto Uzumaki. Who will win? You know, this is by Anime Balls Deep. This video was recommended to me in the comments from my last Naruto video. So if you haven't seen that, go check that out. I'll probably add that in a video card up on the screen. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. It's by Anime Balls Deep. I've only seen like one or two things from Anime Balls Deep, but I know who they are. They seem pretty knowledgeable about Naruto stuff, so let's see what they got to say.
Money making season and being broke is treason.
And subscribe to the channel, man, and like the video. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers.
Welcome back, everyone, and it's time to go.
What the fuck?
Today we're talking about the biggest debate in the community.
Why was he screaming like that?
We're talking.
Hold on, I gotta go
everyone,
back.
and it's time to go. Today we're talking about the biggest debate.
That boy
in the
going
community. Who's better, Swing-kun or Vase-kun? Seriously, place your bets. Place your bets.
I got
$1 million.
on Swing-kun.
You are my friend. Okay, but seriously, you're gonna love what we got for you today. In the blue corner, we have God's gift to man, who has won the lottery by having all the talents a ninja would dream for.
Yep.
Boruto. And in the red corner, we have the GOAT, the original loudmouth knuckle-headed ninja, Naruto. Let's get ready to rumble.
I'm gonna start this video off kind of slanderous. To be honest with y'all, I don't really fuck with Boruto like that, bro. I don't mess with him like that. Because it seemed like everything got handed to him. You know, he come out the womb, he can do like 2 chakra natures off rip as a guinea. You know, before he even get out the academy, he can do 2 chakra natures. He's half Hyuga, so he got gentle fist, and he can get Byakugan. And apparently he's like basically a Jin Cherokee of Momoshiki. It's like, bro, everything's just handed to you, bro. I can't respect that. Naruto had to get it out the mud. Granted, Naruto was given the Nine-Tailed Fox, but it wasn't his choice. You know, his father put that on him. It wasn't like he wanted it. So Naruto was given something too, just like Boruto was given something. Boruto was given way more though, in my opinion. And because even with Naruto being given a Nine-Tailed Fox, he still had to control it. He still had to learn how to use it. He still had to fight for them to become friends and all of that stuff. Hold on. All right, I'm back. So yeah, like I was saying, man, Boruto. What was I saying before? Oh, Naruto got stuff handed to him too, but he still had to train how to use it. He still had to, you know, master it. It's not like it was just given to him for free. Like Kurama made him work for it, man. He had to work to use that power. Boruto, it just seemed like, man, everything is just good. It's all plot, you know, nothing really matters. He's going to be super powerful on the what's they call the Oats clan. Like he's just going to be super powerful for no reason. Like I can't respect it. It's nothing against him personally. It's just whenever a character is given all them powers like that, I just can't respect it. The same thing, just so you know I'm not biased or too biased. I don't like Rey from Star Wars for that same reason. Like she got her powers given to her and she's more powerful than Luke Skywalker and she's more powerful. That's a whole nother thing. So I'm gonna go on a rant. But just so you know, it's not just Boruto, it's anybody who just get powers handed to him. But other than that, I got nothing against them. It's just that like writing style of just giving a character everything, and I don't like that. But yeah, let's go back though, see what this video is about.
Let's get ready to rumble. We'll be comparing 12-year-old Naruto against the current Boruto. Before we start comparing them, let's look at the criteria through which we'll decide the victor of this battle. The criteria are as follows: strength, defense, jutsu, speed, natural talent, feats, chakra level, chakra natures, and the beasts inside of them. So let's throw all our bias outside of the window and decide who's
I'm gonna throw my bias out.
Two.
My bias gonna be gone.
Now let me pause the video real quick.
Move this man!
I know! This is great news, not bad news.
I'm listening.
Right now, Crunchyroll are currently giving away a free 14-day free trial of Crunchyroll Premium to anyone that signs up at Crunchyroll.
He called me. I'm like, what's the news? He told me it's great news. He called me with that one. Shout out to him. But you know, we gonna go ahead, do what we gotta do. Get back to this thing. Okay, yeah, we straight.
Alright, now let's get back to the video. Now, when we're talking about physical strength, it isn't just who can hit harder or break a boulder. It's more than that. For example, the Hyuga Gentle Fist technique doesn't usually send its victim flying, but it does render them paralyzed. However, that isn't to say that physical strength needs to be disregarded altogether. For the very first comparison, this is a very close one. Here, we're looking at their strength as a whole, such as their base power, taijutsu skills, and overall efficiency and effectiveness in battle. With that said, let's take a look at what the two can put on the table. We all know that Kid Naruto was pretty strong. I mean, just take a look at this scene from his fight against Sasuke.
The thing about Naruto though, I'm gonna let him continue. I'm not gonna be pausing a whole bunch in this video. So I just gotta get these early thoughts out. The thing about Naruto is that at Naruto the show, not Naruto the person, is that every ninja is not really based on their power, like their taijutsu skills or anything like that. It's more about who has the better hacks abilities. And when I say hacks, I mean like who can, like for instance, the Uchiha clan. The Uchiha clan isn't stronger than everybody else. They're not more physically stronger or anything like that, or have more power. Like they can do more fireball jutsus than everybody, got more chakra. It's the fact that they have a Sharingan with hacks abilities like on-site genjutsu, if you look at them, predicting your future movements, being able to see, well, they can see chakra a little bit. Like it's just a lot of hacks powers that come with having a Sharingan that if you don't have it, you just out of luck, you know? And they have that. So whoever got the most hacks abilities to render the other person immobile or messed up, you gonna win. That's how Naruto always been. Whoever got the more hacks abilities win. It's not even like Tsunade is one of the strongest characters in the universe, in that universe, but she's not the most powerful. Like she's not one of the top ninja overall. Like she's high up because she's strong, but she's not gonna be fighting everybody else. She's not fighting Madara. She's not fighting, you know, Naruto, Hokage Naruto. She's not doing none of that. And yes, because she ain't got no hacked ability. She's just strong. She do have that immortality stuff. Well, I don't know if it make it immortal. The healing jutsu, that is kind of hacks, but not really, because it doesn't. It's more like a defensive ability. It's not like an offensive ability. But yeah, I just got to get that out the way before they start talking about like who got better taijutsu and all that, because that really don't matter too much when it comes to people in Naruto. It's more about the hacks abilities. Yeah, let's go ahead though.
He's strong. I mean, just take a look at this scene from his fight against Sasuke in the Valley of the End.
Putting in work. Look at him. Sasuke.
Not enough? Well, how about the time when Naruto broke Haku's mirrors, kicked Gaara out of his Jinchuriki form, and held a giant snake's mouth open for a long while? Naruto's jumping ability is nothing short of insane as well. I mean, he jumped across the Valley of End with ease. But Boruto
Accurate,
is no
too. He
less.
was real
He
accurate.
has sent people flying multiple feet with his kicks as well. He has kicked away a bear with his shadow clones and has broken countless walls. He does have a similar level of base strength due to his strong genetics. He proved this in the fight against Boro, who's a Kage level threat. He managed to kick off Boro's hand as he was trying to squeeze Sarada to death. Just look at Boro.
Look at this dude.
My man is made out of nothing but muscle. He weighs over 2,000 pounds. Okay, maybe not that much, but to kick
I'm about to
with
say
enough force
2,000.
showcases Boruto's raw power and application of it to his technique. With all that, being the son of Hinata, who's of the Hyuga clan, Boruto has trained with strong members like Hanabi and Hiyashi, honing his craft. Whilst he doesn't possess the Byakugan, he can use the gentle fist technique well enough to damage an opponent's vital points and break their flow, hence creating an opening. For example, Boruto's gentle fist did create ripples on Shikadai's face, even though it didn't connect. Boruto clearly has better opportunities than Naruto at a young age. He has multiple access
Way
to
better.
prodigy teachers such as Kakashi, Jiraiya in the time travel arc, Konohamaru.
He got a lot of
Oh my
things
God,
on his
why did I
side.
just mentioned that trash. I'm kidding. No, I'm not kidding. There's Naruto, Sasuke, and more. This level of expertise and knowledge guide him to a superior level much faster than what his father had. Kakashi, Naruto, and Sasuke already admitted that he is at a tuning to Jonin level at 12 years old. Kakashi admits that the next generation will always surpass the last because of this very reason, as chakra and jutsu keeps getting more refined over time. Boruto's fighting style is more methodical and structured. Whilst Naruto can indeed create complex plans on the fly as well, he usually resorts to a brawl more at this age, causing him to take unnecessary damage. Boruto has shown himself to be a shinobi capable enough to attack using different combat styles, like the one he used against Iwabe in the second episode of Boruto. If you remember Sasuke's fight against Gaara in the Chunin exams, then you'll recall that Sasuke used a similar combo. Boruto could pull the same combo whilst being in the academy at 8 years old, which Sasuke did as a capable ninja in the Chunin exam finals. This only proves the strong genetics and the learning curve between the generations. He has inherited a lot from his father to be able to perform such moves at a young age, along with the early training he received from the Hokage. In addition, against Ao, he methodically destroyed all the scientific tech himself and was also the one that created the strategy to defeat him all alone. Konohamaru, Mitsuki, and Sarada hardly contributed anything into that fight. Boruto's being able to go toe-to-toe with some really formidable opponents like Jugo, who is too much for multiple Jonins to handle. However, with all of this said, it's kind of clear that Naruto still is the victor in this category of raw strength. Now, you may be wondering, how come you came to this conclusion? Well, even though Boruto is formidable in terms of raw strength, compared to Naruto, it isn't his strongest point. In their base forms, Naruto has landed far more destructive blows and has done things that Boruto hasn't accomplished yet with his raw strength. For example, Naruto with a single punch was able to send 3 ninjas flying. In the Chunin exams, he was able to dig through an insane amount of solid ground for his Shadow Clone tactic to defeat Neji. Even against Gaara, whilst he was in one-tailed Jinchuriki mode, Gaara was declared as a kid who had the strongest defense and impenetrable armor. He still landed a physical blow and sent Gaara flying multiple feet, causing him pain. Naruto's raw strength is so powerful that with the air pressure from a single punch, he still cut Sasuke's face in their final fight. Naruto
he was on time. He was on time, man.
Orochimaru and his snake from eating his friends in the Chunin exams. I'm pretty sure if you compare this to kicking Boro's arm or a bear, it's significantly different scaling for raw strength, because Naruto also punched that snake whilst Orochimaru was on it, and he was absolutely shocked at Naruto's raw strength, that he was able to stun the snake all on his own with a single punch. Now
that whole snake stopping thing was crazy, because that snake was so big and it was going at full speed at Sasuke, and Naruto jumped in front of it. Not only did he stop something that big, but he stopped something that big with speed. You know how much force that is? When that much size is moving that quickly? That's why like trains, that's why like an 18-wheeler truck going at 20 miles per hour is more dangerous than a 4-door car going 20 miles per hour. If you get hit by an 18-wheeler truck going 20 miles per hour, it's so much more force because it's the size going that fast. So for Naruto to completely stop it and then punch it back, like he got way more strength. Granted, I don't think that was his base form because some of the chakra from the Nine Tails was coming out. So I'm not gonna say that's his base, but it's still really impressive. Yeah, like even you can see in his eyes had the fox eye. So it wasn't his base form, but it's still like, come on now.
Or a bear, it's significantly different scaling for raw strength, because Naruto also punched that snake whilst Orochimaru was on it, and he was absolutely shocked at Naruto's raw strength, that he was able to stun the snake all on his own with a single punch. Now look here, before you roast us in the comments say, what the frick are you guys saying? My boy Boruto's gonna win. Wait a second fam, I got you. Now obviously we will all argue that some of these feats are only possible because Naruto was also using red chakra from the Nine Tails that mixed with his own. Even though he wasn't using his one-tailed Jinchuriki cloak, he still had an obvious advantage. This brings us to how Boruto wins in this category if we make things fair by using jutsu or other power creeps to help the characters. Which brings us to the comparisons of their unique advantage situation of the karma and the Nine Tails power. Both Naruto and Boruto benefit a lot from their respective possessed modes, since it has saved their lives more than once. And this is obviously only possible if the mode gives them a power boost as well. So let's compare who gets a bigger boost in terms of overall strength. In version 1 of his Jinchuriki form, all of Naruto's abilities shoot up to the sky. The cloak that surrounds him also gives him a physical resistance to an extent. Remember that combo he used on Sasuke, which we mentioned before? Drop that, Naruto broke a freaking Olympic record by punching Sasuke across the Valley of the End. In that same fight, Naruto even broke the mountain's wall by throwing Sasuke into it. In this final pre-time skip showdown, Naruto with the QB chakra literally manhandled Sasuke to forcefully bring out his curse mark demon state, and even in that form Sasuke left the battle extremely broken. When it comes to Boruto, it's kind of similar. With the karma, Boruto gained a huge boost in overall strength, where once activated, the karma significantly enhances the user's physical abilities and the power of their jutsu. As we see during Boruto training from chapter 29, Naruto as an adult, Hokage
he finally got trained by his dad.
At the peak of his power, notices this change in strength and speed in Boruto. Boruto, 12 years old, is able to keep up against Hokage level Naruto in sparring, and Naruto states that everything Boruto is doing is enhanced and can actually damage him if he's not careful. Realistically, if Boruto is able to spar with adult Naruto whilst his karma is on, it means he can probably achieve similar feats to his father in the past if the anime let him. When Boruto is possessed by
that's
Momoshiki,
not fair.
He is a complete...
That's not fair because sparring is not him using his full power. Sparring, like, he's not trying to hurt Boruto, and Boruto isn't trying to hurt him. So you can't really judge just off a spar. For both sides, you can't really judge.
They may let him. When Boruto is possessed by Momoshiki, he is a completely different beast fam. By taking just an ounce of Naruto's chakra, Boroshiki was able to dominate Boro, who was a Kage level threat, and not even a normal Kage level threat. The story makes it really clear that Boro thought he was capable of taking on Naruto or Sasuke one-on-one. Even Sasuke mentions in their Hokage meeting that the people of Kara are at the level of Otsutsuki. He's comparing them to Otsutsuki, right? But Boro's taking them on as Boroshiki. The level of strength is incomparable. Boroshiki literally kicked a multiple story tool monster into the air like it's nothing. This was high enough to make a huge impact after Boroshiki kicked him back into the ground, creating a crater. It should be obvious to anyone that Boroshiki would utterly destroy version 1 Naruto. Boroshiki was so strong that he could take out at least one Kage if not more. For God's sake, Boroshiki took on Sasuke and was calculated enough to take out his Rinnegan. Furthermore, the boost that the Karma Seal provides is way more.
He took out his Rinnegan. What? That actually happened? That was real? Boruto, hold on. He took out his Rinnegan? Hey, man. We might have to react to that fight. Because I didn't know that this happened. I would have never expected for this to happen. We might have to react to that fight.
To take out his Rinnegan. Furthermore, the boost that the Karma Seal provides is way more than Naruto's Cloak mode. Whilst Naruto's access to some of Kurama's chakra to gain a boost,
the Rinnegan? I'm still on that. Hold on, let me get off that.
Absorb chakra is clearly broken. Furthermore, Naruto's power is fueled by hate in his Jinchuriki form, whereas Boruto's performance is better due to Momoshiki's vast experience and skill. Again, the Cloak mode in Naruto is fast, but Borushiki is simply faster. Naruto can spam jutsu, but Borushiki can create a massive Rasengan in an instant. This is not fair. This is a prime example of power creep in the Boruto series. It's not that Naruto isn't strong or anything, it's just that the newer generations have a bigger power up because they're going against stronger enemies. So we can finally conclude the battle of strength with two conclusions. Naruto wins when the two are in their base form, but when things get real, if we include Karma Seal, Borushiki against Naruto One Tail and all that shit, it's no contest. Now at this point of the video, I do request for you guys to smash that like button as well as hitting the notification bell because we are going to continue doing Boruto content on
hit the like button on my video too and subscribe to me.
If you want us to do Sasuke vs.
Subscribe to them too though.
12 years old, make sure you don't miss out on that upload because we're definitely gonna do it if that like button is smashed. Thank you. Okay. Now let's talk about another important part of a shinobi's capabilities: defense. We've always heard that a good offense is a good defense, but a glass cannon can't do anything on a consistent basis. This is exactly why shinobi must know how to defend themselves as well. Well, the competition in this criteria is really close because both Naruto and Boruto share a similar level of durability. This isn't to say that Boruto's defense isn't good or that you can knock him out in one punch. He's just as good as his father, but they are both better at different things. For example, Naruto has better regenerative abilities than Boruto. The major reason for this is Kurama. Yeah, I said it.
Why would you say that?
Fix it.
Why would you say that?
Since Naruto is a Jinchuriki, his wounds heal exponentially faster than a normal human. And although Boruto may also have regenerative abilities with his Karma Seal, it's slightly weaker in comparison to Naruto's. This has been shown off in the anime multiple times since the very start of the series. For example, Naruto's poisonous wound from the start of the Land of Waves arc healed pretty quickly, and using an ointment after his Chunin exams fight healed his wound instantly. While Naruto thought that the cream that Hinata gave him was magical, it's just that his already natural healing capability shot up into space after using a catalyst. In fact, he has even survived being impaled by Sasuke's Chidori in a direct hit. Even after taking this Chidori, he instantly healed the hole inside his body.
It was an entire hole
due to the fox.
That's not fair!
When we look at Naruto's fight against Kabuto, he was actually meant to die. Like literally meant to die. Any other person would not have been able to survive what happened. Kabuto states that the chakra in his heart muscles have been sapped. The blood flow to your heart has been cut off and any potential for Naruto to recover on his own has been taken out. But then we find out later with the help of Tsunade, Naruto's sheer willpower helped him survive something that is fatal to any other human heart. Now this isn't the only thing that makes Naruto's defense better. He's exceptionally durable. In fact, he's more durable than many Jonins. Naruto has achieved a Kage level feat in the Chunin exams. During his fight against Neji, your boy Naruto could manage to stand even after taking a full 64 palms attack from the Prodigy. This attack literally blocks one's chakra points. Everybody, including the Kage, was surprised by this, and Naruto still found a way to attack Neji even though he was renowned for his defensive capabilities. We all know that giving up doesn't exist in Naruto's dictionary, and it only adds more into his defense as he can keep standing and attacking even after being beaten into a pulp, adding to his tenacity. Remember when he took a literal pile driver from Sasuke that cracked the surface of the earth when it had the momentum of full gravity, full force as he
dropped him from
mountain,
space.
and Naruto ate that shit for breakfast and still got up. Even when you look at the fight against Gaara, he's moving like a worm because he doesn't want to give up. Naruto's defense in One-Tail Fox mode also allows him to block jutsu for free. The One-Tail mode stopped Haku's ice attacks without command, and also stopped Sasuke's famous fireball jutsu on its own by dissipating it, which means if Boruto throws a jutsu of this caliber, if Naruto is in his One-Tail mode, he's going to have to do something much more powerful. Weak attacks won't be reliable anymore. But as we know, Boruto does have that capability in his arsenal of jutsu, so please stick around to the end of the video for us to explain regarding that topic. Realistically, Boruto's regeneration abilities with the Karma Seal is also absolutely insane. Anyone would want to have that power, but it's an ability that Boruto doesn't willingly activate. He wasn't aware of himself in chapter 27, nor was it his responsibility when Ishiki broke his arm, as Boroshiki took over his body and healed his arm for him. Naruto's regeneration, on the other hand, is instantaneous and automatic. I'm pretty sure if a literal hole was put into Boruto's body just like it did with Naruto's, Boruto wouldn't be able to instantly heal it. It would require more time, and Momoshiki has to use his will to allow it, as he wouldn't want his vessel to die. Naruto has a strong lineage due to his mother Kushina Uzumaki. The Uzumaki clan is known for its incredible strong life force and chakra reserves. This makes him an even tougher nut to crack, as genetics do play a role in Naruto. These genetics have obviously been diluted in Boruto since his chakra reserves don't match his father. As of right now, Boruto possesses excellent defensive capabilities for a shinobi of his age. He held his ground against the likes of Jugo in his full transformation, and even Ao. Boruto is good at dodging and holding off people, but he can't tank as many hits like Naruto does. If we look at—
Hold on, y'all. Kina, stop eating that. Put it down. Now leave it alone. Good girl. Okay. She was eating freaking dryer sheets.
7 versus Deeper. Deeper only carbon flicked Boruto once and he was knocked unconscious instantly. I'd like to think that Naruto would have suffered a similar amount of damage and not be able to move a muscle after tanking this hit, but he wouldn't be knocked unconscious. His regeneration would instantly activate and is so fast that he would get back up again thanks to Kurama. Now let's be civil here guys and realistic. It's difficult to break down defense because the level of potency in power is vastly different in the opponents that they both face. Boruto tanked the strongest character to ever exist, who is Ishiki, kicking him, and he didn't get knocked out until breaking his arm. But then we see Deeper did so with only one flick, or when we look at Boro having to punch him 10 times into the ground to fall unconscious.
Dang.
The Shark Boy in the Mist Arc made him
He put him
faint.
into the ground.
Boruto is tanking hits from Jonin, Kage level, and alien threats, whilst Naruto was tanking hits from Kage, Jonin, Chunin, and Genin. So that makes us feel like they are both equal in this category. Naruto's regeneration is slightly better than Boruto's, and Naruto has more tenacity and willpower. He's basically a more durable person. However, Boruto's defense has an advantage over Naruto in terms of ninjutsu. Boruto has the karma that can absorb jutsu, but this can leave him vulnerable when he has his hands out to absorb the jutsu jutsu that come his way, he can still be put down by a physical attack similar to what Naruto did to Neji. Naruto has 1000 shadow clones at his disposal, so using karma in a situation like that would seem quite redundant. Rather, Boruto would have to use his skillful ability to maneuver and use jutsus to evade attacks. So that brings us to the next topic of conversation. Let's compare their chakra levels and natures. Harrison will be taking over.
After defense and offense, let's talk about the very base of the series power system, Chakra. Chakra's the binding force in this world, blah blah blah. Yeah, we all know that. What we also know is that one's chakra reserves are extremely essential for any shinobi. Hence, they're an important factor to consider as well. I mean, we all know the answer already. It's obviously Naruto. Kakashi stated that Naruto has 4 times the amount of chakra that he does at base. This is because he belongs to the Uzumaki clan, and as you know, they are famous for their incredibly large life force and chakra reserves. Naruto is no exception either, and he has a huge backup in Kurama too. It's a well-known fact that the tailed beasts contain more chakra than hundreds and thousands of people. Even though Naruto can only access a minuscule portion of Kurama's chakra, it is still enough to put him above almost all Jonins in terms of chakra level. This deadly combination of being an Uzumaki and a Jinchuriki puts him above almost every ninja. Whilst we've established that Naruto wins this one with ease, we can still appreciate Boruto. Being a member of the Uzumaki clan as well, Boruto's chakra reserves are far above average. We've seen him spam jutsus one after another for rather long periods, especially for a genin of his age. Combined with his amazing chakra control, his efficiency is already higher than a Chunin. Furthermore, Kakashi noted that while Boruto's chakra reserves aren't as large as Naruto's, they are still impressive. That seems to be enough to prove that Boruto, as a non-Jinchuriki, has a great chakra reserves, and to be able to spam even more jutsu over the course of the series. Still, it's a fact that Naruto's chakra reserves are just a bit too massive to be put in the same realm as Boruto, since, well, he is a Jinchuriki. But Boruto wins in chakra natures and jutsu by a massive margin. There are 5 basic types of chakra natures, namely fire, earth, water, lightning, and wind, just so that we're on the same page. In chapter 316 of Naruto, Kakashi stated that Jonin would usually have at least 2 chakra natures. However, Boruto, being a prodigy, being just a simple genin, is able to apply his natural talents of 3 chakra natures into
out the
his
womb.
jutsu.
He got 3.
This is why Kakashi says himself that Boruto is already at Chunin level. Furthermore, he knows how to use these chakra natures extremely well, adds lightning release to his shurikens to form an attack structure, and even uses his lightning release as a flashbang to disguise his Rasengan. Not only can he use 3 types of nature releases, but he can also use them simultaneously, as seen in chapter 16 of Boruto. This is quite important since he forced Naruto to use a protective wall. If this doesn't prove the importance of being able to use multiple nature transformations instantly, then I don't know what will. For example, against Jugo, Boruto has the intelligence and jutsu to combine his chakra natures, stream, shadow clones, and Rasengan to take him on. Jugo was strong enough to scare several high-level shinobi in Shippuden. The 4th Raikage needed to go into his lightning cloak in order to knock Jugo unconscious, meaning that Boruto has achieved something similar. He would be able to do this against Naruto quite easily. On the other hand, Naruto only learns his wind style after the time skip at 16. 12-year-old Naruto literally has no knowledge of chakra natures. Whilst he usually isn't at a severe disadvantage as wind release is effective against nearly all types, it still has its resistances which could pose a major problem. This isn't an issue for Boruto, however, since he can use other chakra natures to deal effective damage. Hence, Boruto jumps over Naruto in the chakra nature selection. We've talked about many essential parts of a ninja's capabilities, so let's talk about what makes them super flashy ninjas in the first place. Yes, ninjutsu. As we all know, ninjutsu is one of the most beloved fighting styles in anime and fiction in general. Well, this isn't just because they look flashy and cool, it's because they form an intricate battle system filled with complex techniques and strategies. With that said, it is kind of funny that Naruto literally just, spams two jutsus over and over again. I mean, he's literally the main character of the story, and he's button mashing his way through the series. Or at least kind of, anyway. Well, this is actually the exact reason as to why Naruto is taking an L in this criteria. Now, don't get me wrong, if Boruto knew like 100 C or D class jutsus against Naruto, who only knows a handful of jutsus but requires extremely high levels of skill, then it's obvious that Naruto would be the victor. But that isn't the case at all. In fact, Boruto is extremely skilled in ninjutsu. It's like a fact that everybody accepts at this point. Naruto's arsenal at this age was just the Rasengan, multiple shadow clone jutsu, summoning jutsu, and miscellaneous jutsus like the substitution jutsu. However, you'll notice that almost all of these jutsus are A ranked. This is why Naruto manages to get away with only having a handful of powers.
Forbidden.
So for example, if Naruto and Boruto were to fight at 12 years old, Naruto can just spam the shadow clone technique to pressure Boruto. However, Boruto can take them out rather easily. We know that Naruto's shadow clones weren't the most durable at this point. This isn't a clone that has KCM as we saw in the war, hence Boruto can create a huge water stream and then apply his lightning release and done. Naruto's army is gone. Poof. For those skeptical about Boruto's ability to create a massive water-style jutsu independently, just take a look at this scene from his fight against
Aang. Let's see it. Let's see it.
This was a Kage level feat that only the likes of Tobirama were achieving at his period of time. And this lowest ranked child did it.
It is very impressive.
That
with no water.
Without being around any is insane.
Right.
And it would destroy 99% of the clones that Naruto would throw at him. Now looking at Boruto episode 181, you could argue it was a practice match and that Naruto was chilling during the fight. But being able to catch the strongest shinobi of all time off guard and then forcing him to use a protective wall is a massive feat. Boruto has mastered quite a few jutsus and created his own
off guard?
superior to Naruto's in every
he just guarded
the word. He can use jutsus like the wind style Gale Palm, Kakashi's purple lightning, and multiple versions of the Rasengan. The most popular version of his signature jutsu is the Vanishing Rasengan, which in itself shows just how amazing Boruto is at ninjutsu. He is the only shinobi in history who has managed to create a projectile form of the Rasengan and it disappears too. He did so by subconsciously mixing lightning release in the right amount to a Rasengan. This is an S tier feat, something that Naruto, Sasuke, and Kakashi, the 6th Hokage, couldn't achieve. Boruto even mastered the simple Rasengan in 3 days, which is half of Naruto's duration. And this Vanishing Rasengan is super strong. This projectile Rasengan packs a punch, which Momoshiki stated in the manga. I mean, we've got to take his word for it. Not just because he is one of the strongest characters in the entire Boruto and Naruto universe, it's because it's one of the reasons for his loss in the first place. The Vanishing Rasengan managed to cause Momoshiki to fall, who is a god that merged with another god. There is no opponent in the entirety of Naruto that compares to fused Momoshiki, yet Boruto was able to do some damage to him. This feat alone lets you know how huge the gap in between Boruto and Naruto in terms of talent, jutsu, and intelligence is. It also affected an adult Sasuke adversely after it hit a vital spot, and Sasuke is the 2nd strongest shinobi
when did he
of all
fight
time,
Sasuke?
and Boruto's jutsu can still do that to him. So imagine Naruto at 12 years old. He wouldn't have a clue what is going on, and if Boruto hit a vital spot, the fight would be pretty much game over. He would fall unconscious. If you were to recall Naruto's Rasengans, then you'd surely remember the massive Rasengans he used to create in a flash. This really suits him, since Naruto's the kind of guy who'd instantly believe that bigger equals better. I mean, just look at his jutsus. While this is certainly effective, his son Boruto took a different path while creating his iterations of the A-ranked jutsu. He created the high compression
A rank is S rank.
If you didn't fail in science class, class during school, then you'll remember that a small object creates more pressure than a huge, blunt object. In the same sense, Boruto compresses a high amount of chakra into a small blob, which bursts out as soon as it comes into contact with something. Stated to be as strong as a massive Rasengan, this jutsu is devastating. If you remember the scene from the original Naruto series where Sasuke and Naruto hit a water tank with their respective jutsus after Kakashi threw them away, then you'd remember that the Rasengan absolutely destroyed the water tank, and that was a normal Rasengan. Just imagine what would happen if a high compression Rasengan were to hit a person. Kakashi said that it would instantly kill them, and Boruto has already proven that this Rasengan can destroy the strongest material known to man, carbon in diamond within deeper. If this wasn't enough to convince you that Boruto wins by a landslide in ninjutsu, Boruto also created his version of the Rasen Shuriken at this young age too. Like, alright, we get it. You're a prodigy. You can stop flexing, alright? This
really,
jutsu, which he simply calls Wind Style Rasengan, creative, is similar to Naruto's first iteration of the Rasen Shuriken. Whilst it doesn't have this same blade-like design, you can see air revolving around that main blob of chakra, indicating that something is different about this Rasengan. If you don't know how hard it is to create your own jutsu or just an iteration of a high-class jutsu, it took years for people like Minato and Jiraiya, who are outright legends, to carve their own style. Naruto had to use his shadow clones to speed up the creation of the Rasen Shuriken, whereas this boy Boruto has created multiple versions of the Rasengan as if someone's just handing him the recipe with a free sample. I mean, it's still hard to create the jutsus, but I guess Boruto's just built different.
Yes, he is. Thank you, Harrison. But while we're on the topic of jutsus,
I'm not being biased.
Boruto's
it
Dojutsu,
is what it is.
The Pure Eye Jogun. From what we know so far, the Jogun is an ancient Dojutsu of the Otsutsuki clan. Momoshiki, Tonori, and even Urashiki have already declared that Boruto is a threat to the Otsutsukis simply because he possesses this Dojutsu. Due to this strong connection to the Otsutsukis, Boruto might have awakened this ancient eye, which is a massive upgrade from the Byakugan. With the Jogun, he can not only see the chakra pathways of a being, but also differentiate between their emotions and understand them. He can also differentiate between a clone and a real person, which is more invaluable than ever due to a certain OP character's death. It's simple. Boruto's Pure Eye completely counters Naruto at 12 years old. If it can even counter an alien like Momoshiki and Urashiki just because of how OP it is, what the hell could Naruto do? Moving on, let's talk about speed. The ability to attack quickly creates a major distinction between a good ninja and an excellent one. In several life-threatening situations, every second counts. Even if someone can only cover an extra centimeter faster, they have a greater chance to be the last one standing. In such a world, a ninja cannot afford to be slow or even have an average speed. A lot of times, this speed comes naturally for some people, and some just have to work hard for it. So starting off with Naruto, most of his feats in terms of speed come from his Jinchuriki mode. Whilst this speed is above average in general, it isn't still enough to match against the best of the best. When in this mode, Naruto can attack his enemies at crazy speeds. For example, he caught up to Haku when he was using his demonic mirroring ice crystals. He moved faster than the Byakugan and even a 2-Tomo Sharingan tracking ability. Furthermore, Naruto can achieve these speeds every time in this mode, making him a super hard target to hit, whilst his enemies could end up sitting like a duck in the open. On the other hand, Boruto has a few considerable feats under his own name, even in his base mode. For example, he almost took the bell from Kakashi by using a combination of Shadow Clone Jutsu and his signature Boruto Stream. Boruto has achieved many similar feats like evading Shikadai's Paralysis and other countless attacks. However, his biggest feats in his base form comes from his fight against Momoshiki. At the very start of the fight, Naruto was bound to the God Tree. After a chunk of the tree was separated, Boruto managed to grab onto the falling part and freed Naruto perfectly. Here, Boruto's true use of his speed was only required when cutting the branches of the tree. However, the considerable thing to note here is his control. There is no point in driving fast if you're only going to crash. Right? In the same way, Boruto has. There is no point in driving fast if you're the considerable.
Why did he spin out like that?
Thing to note here is his control. There is no point in driving.
And why you feel control like that? I saw that too. Like he just started spinning out for no reason. His wheel ain't pop or nothing.
However, the considerable thing to note here is his control. There is no point in driving fast if you're only going to crash.
That boy
right?
just spent out for no reason.
Boruto has amazing control over speed and has a good grasp of his surroundings, allowing him to adjust accordingly. In my opinion, his biggest base form feat is going against Momoshiki. In this particular scene, Boruto uses a few shadow clones to confuse Momoshiki a bit and then charges in with his Rasengan from behind. Momoshiki obviously saw this coming and attacked Boruto with the chakra rods in his hands. However, Boruto slips behind the attack, deflects his hands and then lands a blow. In the anime, it was made clear that this was only possible with the help of Boruto's Jogan. This is such a massive feat and I don't understand why people don't talk about this much. A Genin managed to hold his own against Momoshiki. The Otsutsuki god, he deflected a blow and then landed a clean hit. Momoshiki is the second strongest character in the entire series. In fact, only Naruto and Sasuke could match up to him, and then this 12-year-old prodigy just deflected his attack. If this doesn't prove that Boruto is faster than Naruto, then don't worry, I got more. Let's take a look at Boroshiki for instance. From what we've seen, Boroshiki is faster than most of the characters in the Narutoverse at its peak. He managed to destroy Sasuke's Rasengan in an instant before he could even react. And
what? He destroyed it.
Anybody with the right amount of chakra.
Why was they fighting?
He can go toe to toe with adult Naruto and Sasuke. So once again, Boruto wins another one with ease. Oh, this power creep is just too much, right? Well, this brings us to something very important that solidifies Boruto's rank above the 12-year-old Naruto, which is the fact that pre-time skip Naruto doesn't have full control or access to his Jinchuriki abilities like Kurama having his back or the full extent to his Jubi chakra, whereas Boruto at 12 years old has a vast range of unique circumstantial abilities. And whilst you could say the same lack of control could be said about the Jogan, Boruto can willingly access his Otsutsuki DNA and karma buffs, which gives him the egg between the two. As we know, Boruto was bestowed his karma by Momoshiki after defeating him, where he then became a vessel for Momoshiki's spirit.
I ain't gonna lie. Boruto, it seems like, again, he got a lot of things going for him. It seemed like out the womb, he's high tuning, maybe even low joning level, just out the womb, just off the rip. He just high tuning, low joning level. And then he gets the eye, what they call it? The JoJo. He get the JoJo eye. And now he's over Kage level. He's Oats clan level, which is, I'm not hating on him. I just got to point it out.
And then later reincarnation, whilst this time being
it's not hate.
Boruto's body and literal DNA changed into Otsutsuki DNA. This is so that his body is suitable for Momoshiki to resurrect in. Currently in the manga, we know that Boruto is already at 80% Otsutsuki, and with this new Otsutsuki body he possesses along with his karma, Boruto can significantly enhance his abilities. This power boost is showcased in chapter 32 during Naruto's fight with Delta. When Boruto activates karma on his own, he enhances his invisible Rasengan, and as we said earlier, Karma can also absorb chakra and chakra based attacks like ninjutsu, where Boruto has become more proficient in using this aspect of karma as seen in chapter 58 in his bout against Kawaki. In fact, Boruto's karma can also be used as a medium for space-time ninjutsu, opening rifts to any location, including foreign dimensions at will. In chapter 49 and 55, Boruto showcased he was able to open portals all by himself. However,
so it's like the Rinnegan.
It seems that Karma has a wide
range of abilities,
many of
in
which
his hand
that has yet to be revealed. But again, we're comparing 12-year-old Boruto with Naruto, so we don't know what the future holds, but this does showcase that the Karma has a lot more potential, even with replenishing chakra itself, as seen with Jigen when he used this Karma to absorb the Jubi chakra in preparation for his fight with Naruto and Sasuke. And let's not forget that Boroshiki did the same thing by absorbing Naruto's chakra to prepare himself to take down Boro. In Boruto chapter 63, it is also revealed that Karma users gain the experience and fighting abilities of those that possess them. So Boruto has Momoshiki's help even further. Imagine knowing 1000 years of experience from an alien that battled different species and planets. That's completely busted. But in the case of Naruto, the only advantage he gained from using the QB pre-time skip was mainly in the department of Chakra reserve and healing. He was able to increase,
and it was hurting while he was using it.
QB cloak to help him against his opponents like Neji, Gaara, and Sasuke. Like, let's be honest, it saved his life a couple of times. However, I believe this boost in power falls short in comparison to the Otsutsuki and Karma. So Boruto wins once again. With this, we are finally done with comparing the two characters. It should be apparent who the victor is, winning the majority of the criteria we talked about today. This is kind of obvious though, since the Neo generation will always succeed the previous one, as stated by Kakashi. However, the same cannot be said for post-time skip Naruto. Let's be honest, Pain Arc Naruto is insanely strong, and then War Arc Boruto era Naruto is something else. It will be interesting to see if Kishimoto puts an end to the power creep in Boruto, or will we see the true Otsutsuki god? Let's be honest,
and it's not going to end.
Boruto will be beyond broken. Nonetheless, 12-year-old Boruto stands tall in this
the
battle.
power creep just gonna keep going.
Do you agree?
It's never gonna stop.
Let us know in the comment section below. If you guys want more videos like this, you know what to do. Smash that like button, subscribe, and ding that notification bell to stay updated with all our content. Till then, we'll catch
you. Hey y'all, like the video if you like it. If you dislike it, leave a dislike. And tell me in the comments what you dislike about it though. You know, don't just be ghost disliking. Tell me why you dislike it. But also tell me why you do like it, because I'll respond to everybody who be in my comments. So I just want to see what y'all feeling, man. That's all I got for this one. I'll see y'all in the next one.